mystery of how a man's brain turned to glass after the Vesuvius volcano eruption has possibly been solved. A new study on the glass brain from Herculaneum is the latest episode in a long-running academic dispute. The glassy material was found inside the man's skull in Herculaneum, near Pompeii. Researchers state that it was created by the superhot ash cloud from the Vesuvius eruption that preceded its pyroclastic flows. In 79 AD, a man who was a victim of Mount Vesuvius eruption near Pompeii had a rare transformation. His brain seemingly turned into glass. But scientists have long debated how it happened, because the pyroclastic flows of rock fragments, ash, and glass that buried him would not have been hot enough, nor cooled quickly enough to glassify or vitrify the man's brain. Now researchers have proposed a new explanation. The pyroclastic flows must have been immediately preceded by a superheated cloud of ash that first rapidly heated and then rapidly cooled the man's brain as it dissipated, turning it into glass. The new research published Thursday, February 27, yesterday that is, in the journal Scientific Reports, is the latest volley in a dispute over the material found in remains of a man's skull. The first study claimed it was published in 2020. But critics alleged the same year that the glass brain may not have been brain tissue at all. The new study provides additional evidence, however, including remnants of brain cells that the author suggests show the material is glassified brain tissue. The ash clouds. The new theory is supported by studies of charcoal fragments found near the man's remains at Herculaneum, a seaside town a few miles from Pompeii that was destroyed in the same eruption. Study lead author Guido Giordano, geologist and volcanologist in Italy's Roma Tre University, told Life Science. At Herculaneum, we found charcoal fragments that experienced multiple heating events, and the highest temperatures were associated with the early superhot ash cloud, he said. Such ash clouds are known to have formed during several recent volcanic eruptions that featured pyroclastic flows, including the 1991 eruption of Japan's Mount Unzen and the 2018 eruption of Guatemala's Fuego volcano, he said. The initial ash clouds contained little volcanic material, and so might seem to have little physical impact, he said, but they could still be fatal because of their super hot temperatures. And the researchers estimate the initial ash cloud that covered Herculaneum was more than 950 degrees Fahrenheit, or 510 degrees Celsius, which was at first hot enough and then rapidly cool enough to vitrify the man's brain. The glass brain. Some scientists, however, have disputed whether the glassy material found in the man's remains at Herculaneum was ever brain tissue. The study, published in 2020 in the journal Science and Technology of Archaeological Research, led by molecular archaeologist Alexandra Morton Hayward, now at the University of Oxford, claimed that samples of the glassy material had not been made available to outside researchers. She and her colleagues also argued that the pyroclastic flows at Herculaneum were not hot enough, nor had they cooled fast enough to turn a brain into glass. The man's remains were found in the mid-1960s, showing that he had died while lying on bed in a building of a Collegium Augustalium, a civic institution that promoted the worship of the Roman emperor. The new study by Giordano and his colleagues reinforces their claim that the glassy material had been part of the man's brain and presents microscopic analysis showing the remains of brain cells and other brain structure within the glassy material. Archaeologist Peter Voss of DePauw University in Indiana and the author of Pliny and the Eruption of Vesuvius, Routledge 2022, who was not involved in the latest study, told Life Science that it was not clear if the new research had resolved the questions over the nature of the material. He said, "I'm glad this work is being done, but there's more that needs to happen before it can be confirmed." This is on Live Science by Tom Metcalf. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. My Patreon account, the daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.